So, welcome to the second video for the VBA Boilerplate Project of Vitush Academy. The first video was about the VBA project as well, and there I have mentioned the following parts of the boilerplate, just opening the boilerplate. So these were the parts that I mentioned. I mentioned the Excel additional module, the Excel dates, the format cell, the Excel last things, and today I'm going to pretty much go step by step on the Excel print to notepad, the ExcelStructure module. I'm going to take a look at the table input. I'm going to take a really quick look at table settings because it's actually empty, as you see, and Excel main. So this would be the contents of the today's video. So thanks for watching. Starting. So Excel printing to notepad is actually a must for every Excel person, as far as you have probably quite a good idea that sometimes you have to print to a CSV or to a text file. So what this sub does, it's the following. We can also only call it like this, print to notepad, and then we simply give like a optional data to print a string. Let's click it and see what happened. Okay, so what happened is the following. In the folder of this workbook path, when we use it like this folder, once we go to it, here we see that there is another folder being created called info here. So we click on it and we see that lately, I'll delete the previous ones, there was a new notepad file created which is a bit with nothing. Wow. We can close it. I'll leave it here, just wondering where can I find a place. Let's say somewhere here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say print to notepad and I write some text. So print to notepad, ready, a new thing, and some text is here. It is actually pretty useful because if we put like a new line, it would look like this. Some text, some more text, and then another new line, even some more. And if we put it, new line, new file is created, and this is how it goes. Some text, some more text, even some more text. Okay, as you can probably imagine, this print to notepad is really auxiliary. It helps a lot in other parts of the boilerplate. For example, in the test-driven development, there, as you see here from this if, pretty much it says like if the data to print is empty, is not empty, then print the data to print. Data to print is the parameter given. If it is empty, then print the pub string error report, which is here, which is a bad practice, but still. So the idea of the pub string error report is it is like some text that is generated automatically. So this is some automatic text, and now it is not empty. So if we call the print to notepad thing in the new one, it gets the value which is present in the pub string report. Yes. This would be something that you would understand probably once you go to the test-driven development, because it is where this variable is actually used. And of course, okay, here we have string shell, something that I'll probably change later, because I don't like the str_. But let's see. This is how it works, the print to notepad thing. So what you need to know about it is the following. If there is a parameter data to print, like a string parameter, it takes the parameter and of course it simply writes every line on a new line, and it's a nice text file. If there is nothing, it prints the contents of the pub string error report. So this is how it works. So codified time, what is this thing? Codified time, pretty much in order to make sure that these files here are always with different, let's say, endings, I'm codifying the seconds for their creation. Thus, it's always a new ending of the file. I can show you how it is done. Let's stack like this. Okay, codify time, for example, initial time is 43,820, which if you go to Excel, for example, let's say here, I'll show what this means. Let's say selection equals initial time. Yes, and now we can change it to a date. As you see, today is the 21st of December 2019. So, but in seconds, not in seconds, but there are 43,000 days, 820 after the 1st of January 1900, and there are some seconds in which are decoded in the after comma part. So taking this, we say left part, right part. The left part is this one, the right part is this one, and we put some hex magic, and codified time becomes like this, A, B to C, and then some hex concerning the seconds. And if make string is false, then we got this. What is make string true? Let's take a quick look. Well, make string true would add also a .txt file at the end. Okay, so this is how it works. And make all values. What is this make all values? Make all values makes some kind of a magic, preparing our test-driven development pretty much in order to make sure that we save some time. I'll show you what I mean. Imagine that you are on an Excel file and pretty much you have the following. Here you have 1, here you have this times 2, for example, and you have like this up to here, and let's say have this up to here, something like this. Yeah. And the point is that after running the code, you want to make sure that you always get this kind of a table. So with the test-driven development, you have two options. You can say, hey, every time I'm running the code, I'm expecting that A1 is going to be 1, A2 is going to be 2, A3 is going to be 4, etc. But you have to really lose a lot of time writing it. In this case, we are really working for each myself in selection, which is a bit not advanced, but as far as we're not using it inside the code, we're using it outside, it's okay. I'll show you how it works. We simply write like this. Enter, and then it says, hey, I just generated you an array from expected values. Pretty much this is 1, this is 2, this is again 2. Okay, it's like 1, 2, yeah, 2, 4, 4, 8, and this is how it works, yeah. 128, 256, yes. So at the end we have predefined values which are into array which we can copy and then expect values over it. I'll show this deeply when we go speaking about the test-driven development. So pretty much that's all for print to notepad for now. But the last and not least, this set in production. Probably you are wondering what this is. Okay, this is one simple switch, which is always true in our case. But if we want to have false and to say, okay, I want to, whenever I see an error, I want to see the error. Pretty much, let's say, I'll put the standard error here, 0 divided by 0. So if I call print to notepad here, and let's say I'm just developing stuff, I'll get the standard error 6. So it's Überlauf or overrun, pretty much in VBA. And as you see, because set in production is false, we didn't go to the create log error message. But let's imagine that we are in some kind of a production area. So we are actually in production and this kind of error happens. Then in this case, it should still be 0 divided by 0, but we should go immediately to the place where the error is caught. So we got some information that the error has passed in the procedure create log file of submod tdd export. Great, thanks for the information. So let's clean it a bit. And also set in production, we'll set it back to true, which is the correct way. Okay, so this is pretty much all about the Excel print to notepad. Thank you so far. Let's continue with ExcelStructure. So the ExcelStructure is the module that we're going to review now. Pretty much starts with scroll log. What does it do? Scroll log pretty much says the following. Just give me a range, any range, let's say A1, A10, and I will scroll the log for every page on this range. So pretty much as you see now, it's possible to go anywhere, but after executing scroll log, nothing is possible, just A1 to A10. And this is not only on the input, but it is also on the very hidden table settings, also only here. Yes, of course. Yeah, okay, table settings I have written some stuff. So after scroll log, of course, there is unlock scroll. We just run it. I just pressed F5. I'll run it again. And you see like everything is back unlocked. So style keyword. What is style keyword and why do we need it? So pretty much, I don't know, like if you have worked a lot with Excel, then you probably after some point you will notice that there is some kind of a message box saying too many styles in Excel, we cannot do anything. So I'm pretty much now doubling all the styles, and you see like I have a lot of user-defined styles, and if these user-defined styles go above a certain number, then Excel stops working. Yes, I mean, this is something that you hit on Excel and sometimes you don't know what to do. Then comes the style keyword. You simply run it like this, style killer, enter, and it says, okay, I have deleted good 2, good 3, good 4, good 5, schlecht, and pretty much everything which is not inside the built-in styles. Just take a quick look. Everything I have duplicized is now gone. So this is for the style killer. Delete name. Delete name, I'm just giving some information. What is a name? A name is a named range. Okay, let's say this one would be called Vitosh. Okay, Vitosh Academy is better because deleting Vitosh is a bit bad, but okay, Vitosh and Vitosh Academy. And delete name, we have, for example, delete name Vitosh Academy. And Vitosh Academy is deleted. And we only have Vitosh. Yes, cover range, okay. We pass the range. And with covered, let's say I'm going to pass the name Vitosh here. It was a range. Just take a quick look which one is it, as I'm going to select it. This one, yes. So cover range Vitosh, and the worksheet should be also given, so it should be table input. And you see it is covered with some white text field. So yeah, this is kind of useful actually. Yeah. Print page as PDF, of course. Let's see how to print a page as PDF. Input print area as range. Print range as PDF. I'll put it like this. So it would be Vitosh. Printed file name would be called printed file. And is black would be false. It's okay. It's optional. So let's write something here. Data. And let's see what's going to happen once we run this. Okay, it thinks and we get a data. So print, this is what print sheet as PDF does. You can also remove it, so print worksheet, but okay, let's leave it as sheet. Yeah, so yeah, that's for the print sheet. Print page. Print page is a bit different. We can also print this one, but we can print the whole one, I guess. Let's see. So print page, print range's name, it would be table settings dot range A1 A20. Then it would be is black is boolean. Yeah, let's see, print page. And it asks questions. Are you sure you would like to print the selected page? Yes. And then another question, just to make sure, really. And then it sends it to the printer. And yeah, it prints, but I don't have a printer, so that's the funny part here. Delete drawing objects. Let's try to build some quick drawing objects now. I'm going to write this one. Cover range. I'll write another one with selection. And another one here. Oh, with selection. And here another one with selection. Great. So here I would go to delete drawing objects. All these 1, 2, 3, 4 objects should be deleted, and all of them on table input. Yes, deleted. Great. So this is for the delete drawing objects. Next one would be unhide all. So if this was hidden, let's say table settings visible goes to very hidden. If we put unhide all, yeah, it goes unhidden anymore. Let's delete the useless stuff a bit and continue with unprotect all. Well, it simply uses the password. This password, if you should be not something really strong, as far as Excel password is not something that actually helps you. It's pretty much something protecting you from yourself, not from someone else. Okay, hide needed worksheets. Pretty much we have this kind of arrays where we put the hidden sheets, table settings, and the visible sheets, table input. It goes through both of them and says, okay, I'm going to unhide what should be unhide, and I'm going to hide what should be hidden. And yeah, it just happened. So add comment to selection. Let's say we have my comment is range, could be here. This is a comment. And in order to work quickly, let's say we have this kind of places where we need some kind of a comment. So here we can say table input range A1, and all of the selected cells get a comment. This is a comment, this is a comment, this is a comment. Yeah, of course, this one can delete it if it still work. Okay, print array pretty much does the following. Let's say print array 1, 2, 3, 1 to 45, 56. And it says, okay, the first element is 1, second is 2, 45 and 56 are the last and pre-last element. Okay, delete all names. We just run it and we see the unpleasant thing that the name is deleted, but okay, sample name, just to demonstrate it again. Delete all names, sample name is deleted. On all worksheets. Yes, delete comments in selection. Let's say we have this kind of selection. Comments are deleted. And we have this kind of selection. Comments are deleted as well. Quite quick. Okay, select me A1 everywhere. In order to do this and to understand what it is doing, I mean, I'm going to say table settings visible to, and let's say in table input we have it like this, and in table settings we have, let's say, like this. So what it does is select me A1 range everywhere. Let's say we're working with some Excel file, and at the end we want the A1 to be selected and not simply like this. We press and A1 is automatically selected everywhere. So could be working, but it's something rather careful because it uses activate and select, and these are stuff that you should be really thinking twice before using them. Okay, so hide comments. Hide comments is the following. It hides comments. So let's reinstall back the comments that we had. Was here, add comment to selection, range A1, test comment, and this is our selection. So add comment to selection, yeah, worked. And now hide comments. Hides code actually hides show comments, and initially false, and optional my range. Let's see. false, they're hidden, true, they're shown. Yeah, this is what it does. Hiding and showing comments automatically, something that you may need or not. Reset and unlock. It first checks whether you are the admin in order to see whether you can proceed. In this case, I am the admin because my username is part of the admins here. You see, Vitos. Then it unhides everything, unprotects everything, shows the ribbon, shows the headings, shows the formula bar, and prints down. Then enable my saves. Enable my saves is, so to say, the next one. Pretty much it says that whenever we do something, it should work. So whenever we press Ctrl C, it should start copying. Whenever we press Ctrl X, it should start working. It doesn't work like this if we have used disable shortcut and saves, because once we run it, it would simply say, okay, pretty much I'm pressing Ctrl C now, nothing is happening. I'm pressing Ctrl X now, nothing is happening. Yes, because they are actually mapped to the disabled combination. You can take a look here in the bug print disabled. So now when I press Ctrl X, it's printing disabled. Removing this, for us, we don't need pollution in our immediate part. And yeah, the last part is like this show main form. So whenever I press Ctrl E, there is a form that is shown, but this would be in another video. It's just the reminder of the Excel structure. So pretty much these are the Excel structure functions, and the next one that we are going to take a look is the table input and then the Excel main. So now we would take a look at the table input. What is there? Pretty much there is only one thing there. It's this selection change, which makes sure that the zoom is not more than 100 or less than 70. So pretty much whenever we go to, let's say, 60, it works okay, but whenever we press it, it goes back to 100, and the same goes whenever we go to 150 or 180. Whenever we press it, it goes back to 100. It's rather useful. I use it. Table settings is completely empty, but this is okay. I mean, it's supposed to be empty. And Excel main is a bit more interesting. We have events, workbook before close, we have workbook new sheet, we have open, and that's it. Before close, before save, new sheet, and open. Okay, let's start with the before close. Pretty much whenever we want to close our workbook, it goes through all the possible things and it makes sure that everything is good. For example, if the not set in production is not true but false, the idea is that the workbook cannot be closed. So let's say we try to close it here, and it says set in production. You cannot close it, set in production, and that's it. Cancel. Alright. On error, go to 0, cancel true. Yeah, worked. So it didn't allow us to close it. Let's not change. Let's leave it false. The same with before save. Let's see. I'll put a stop here. I'll try to save it, and it would tell me like you cannot save because we have the set in production false. So we are canceling even the save. The idea is do not even think about leaving the set in production boolean equal to false. Now, for example, now I can save it and it works. Okay, new sheet. Pretty much it says the following. If there is a new sheet edit, you can say, hey, Vitos, you cannot add any sheets. Or I'll write it in English, you cannot add sheets. Of course, there is a possibility that pretty much you are allowed to add sheets, but in general I'm just leaving it like this, so it's not allowed. And yeah, I mean, if you want to get around it, there are two ways. For example, allow the guys who are in the admins, for example, to do it. For example, this is like this. If there was a code I was using about it, let's see, admins in actual product, yes, something like this. So we can always say if is value in array environment admins, then simply exit sub. No. Yeah, for example, and then it would allow me to add sheets or not. Well, I'm interested why, what happened here. Exit sub. Yeah, it is in admins. Okay, it should be like if it is in the admins, then yeah, then it allowed me to add table 6, table 7 and so on. But okay, I'll just comment it, so it's up to you to decide whether to allow only the admins to add new sheets or not. And now I have to delete the sheets here that I have just added. Okay, so this is about the new sheets, and the last one is about workbook open. Pretty much it says what happens when the workbook is open. It hides the worksheets, so the table settings is always hidden, very hidden. Takes a look whether you are an admin or not, and if you are not in the admins, then it goes to the disabled combinations. Disabled combinations was this one. Pretty much it doesn't allow you to go out in F11 quickly and to open the VBA. Then it disables shortcuts and saves, and furthermore it makes an explicit check whether the workbook is with the date 1904, because this is something that can really make a lot of problems. And if it is, then it throws this message box. You are using 1904 date system. This is probably with a star not what you need. Could be anything. Then it says check how many workbooks are opened. I mean, this is something that is in the form example, so I'll leave it for later. And yeah, so far so good. This is all. So the next videos I'll show about how the forms are, what is inside the forms, how is the Excel VBA Visual Basic Environment working, pretty much, for example, how to print all the code, like just pressing F5 and the code is printed, and how to work with test-driven development. But so far that's all. Thank you for watching, thank you for commenting if you have questions, and feel free to follow me on YouTube. That's all. Goodbye.